Christmas is just around the corner and my cute little Christmas tree is already ready, and that means it's time to make cookies. I'm going to do an old-fashioned recipe which my grandma used to make, and it's a bit different. For this one you will need a meat grinder, and the cookies are called meat grinder machine cookies. It's all name. Don't spell about it. So what you need is an old-fashioned meat grinder. Don't worry if you don't have it. I will show you how to do it without it. And you need this attachment for it. As you can see, it has a lot of different shapes, and it comes on top of it, comes around here, and then you press the dough and make cookies. It is really good because you can make a lot of cookies really quick. But let's start making the cookies, then you will see it in action. The ingredients are all-purpose flour, white, cacao powder, and unsalted butter. 2 types of sugar, plain white and vanilla sugar. Because baking powder. Exact measures are in the description. Eggs should be medium sized, and the zest should come from a bio lemon so that there are no pesticides. Even for baking, salt is necessary. Best baking practice is to mix first dry ingredients, flour, baking powder, followed by vanilla sugar, as it can be seen by color, and then later just a pinch of salt. Now it's time to add plain white sugar, which is one of the main ingredients in any cookie. And yes, unfortunately, it takes a lot of sugar to make tasty Christmas cookies. Once the dry ingredients are in the bowl, they just need to be mixed. Now it's time for the wet stuff. First, the eggs, which need to be scrambled until the yolks and the whites are perfectly combined. When scrambled to satisfaction, it is time to pour them into the dry mixture. For butter cookies, butter is the most important component, hence the name butter cookies. The butter should be room temperature, which means that it's soft, that you easily can pick it piece by piece and add it to the other ingredients. Lemon zest is not a key ingredient, I just like it for the flavor profile. To get the perfect zest, hold the grinder and move the lemon. This way you will get only the flavorful yellow bits. Now it's time to make cookie dough. I like to start off with the hand mixer. It just makes the beginning easier. Later, to finish the job, I will continue by hand. This way I have a better feeling for the dough and when it's done. Don't be afraid, you can use both your hands. It is okay to make them a bit dirty. It takes some time to make the dough. The whole process will take 10, maybe 15 minutes. The dough is done once nothing is sticking to the bowl. No small pieces, nothing. The dough should be just a big compact mass. I want to make my cookies in 2 colors and in 2 flavor profiles. To get this result, I will divide the dough in 2 equal amounts, and in one I will add cacao powder and then mix everything good together. Because the dough is basically done, it is just needed to incorporate the cacao powder into the dough. And it is not needed that the dough and cacao powder are perfectly mixed. You can do it if you will make the cookies by hand, but I will use the meat grinder machine, so it will do the last step for me. Now, the dough should rest in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. My meat grinder machine is set up and baking sheet lined with baking paper. Now it's a great moment to preheat the oven to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. While working with a meat grinder machine, it is important that it's always full with dough, and then just spin. The cookies will come out by themselves. My cookies are about 4 inches or about 10 centimeters in length. I find this to be the perfect size. The dough is enough to make about 3 sheets of cookies. If you need more, just double the amount. You can find these cookie attachments for the meat grinder probably in your local supermarket or in any online shop. The cookies can be formed by hand as well. They will taste equally good. On my third sheet, you can see some handmade cookies. And now it's baking time. It takes 10 to 12 minutes in a preheated oven. The cookies are done when the bottom is golden yellow and they should be light in color, almost white. Just a pro tip, if you are working with different color cookies, at least one cookie on the sheet should be without coloring. This way you have one referencing cookie and you can check by it if all other cookies are done. The cookies need to be removed immediately from the baking sheet. If they're left sitting on the baking sheet, the residue heat will keep cooking them and they will not taste that good. The second batch is done. Let's test them too. Right, and you can see this one has chocolate inside and outside it's white because the dough mixed in the machine. Yes, det should heiser som definitivt. I have good cookies.